Welcome to Backchat. I'm your host, Timba Madima. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's been a while since we were on, but we're finally back. Super excited for this one. I hope you guys are too. And we're gonna have a good time. And we've got a legend in the building with us this evening. I hope you guys are excited. I'm just gonna send him an invite shortly, and then we're gonna go live. So welcome to you all, and thanks for joining us.
Leadership. I can hear you clearly. So.
Who's it?
Me, I'm great. And you?
I'm great. I'm so glad you have joined us, to have a legend. We address you as a legend of track and field. And you're continuing with your good work. And I'm excited to chat with you. There's so much information that I believe we can learn and get from you. So thank you for making it, and thanks for your time.
Thank you for inviting me, to give me this opportunity so that we can engage where I come from with athletics and where I want athletics. I want to see athletics going as an administrator.
Hendra.
Da.
To everybody who's joined in, welcome guys. I see you. Let's do a few welcomes. Mimi Maswine, I see you. Dennis Wilson, welcome. Sky, I see you. Jane Tipo, all the way from New Zealand, I see you. Innocent Mkuta, Tariq, Emma Johnson, Gift Jono, a lot of people jumping in. I said Kono Fredericks was here. Taylor Kavana, welcome guys. We're gonna have a good one. All right, my general, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an introduction. This introduction is just so that people know exactly who we are dealing with here. Sometimes they don't understand that we've got very big guests here, and they might underestimate. So let me introduce you so they know exactly who is here tonight.
You do so.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with us this evening, we've got Hendrick Mokganyetsi. Listen very carefully. He is a 3-time Olympian. He is Olympic Games 400-meter finalist, World Championships 4x400-meter bronze medalist. He's also a Golden League winner in the 400-meter, Commonwealth Games, part of the Team SA squad there, 2-time SA record holder, 2-time SA 400-meter champion, as well as SA record holder. Am I correct? If there's any information that is incorrect there, you will correct me. Ladies and gentlemen, Hendrick Mokganyetsi.
Thank you for the intro.
No, thank you, sir. Your CV speaks volumes, and I mean, that's why we have these chats with legends, up-and-coming athletes, as well as athletes who are doing well, so that, this information, your knowledge, your wisdom, what you've learned in the sport, it mustn't get forgotten. When they see you on the track, they mustn't think, who's this tall man here? They must know that this tall man has been around the world. He's been to World Championships. He's been to Olympic Games. He's been to Commonwealth Games. He's been there. And when he talks, he's got wisdom behind his name,
Yeah, as I said, thank you for the opportunity. For me, it's just to come and chat with you and share the knowledge and the experience and the pains and the victories, what I've went through in my athletics life.
Absolutely. I see Reinhard van Rensburg is also in here. The guys want to know. They want to hear the secrets. If there are secrets, they want you to learn from the best. So let's start from the beginning. Your journey. Where did your athletics journey begin? Were you always a runner? Did you play karate, ballet, swimming, or have you always been a runner?
No. My intention was to be a soccer player. Coming from the rural areas there, everybody wanted to play soccer, but I was not good in soccer, so I was always benched. That you will come in when we lead 5-0, we'll put you in. So yes, when the ball is out of the ground, they will send me to go and collect it. But I had that love of soccer. But I did not spend my time most on soccer. And then 1995, early 1995, I joined athletics. Yeah. And things start changing. My talent blossom, and then until today.
So at what point were you like, no, man, I can run, you know, this is something that I want to do at a professional level? Or was it always something that you just thought, okay, I'm running at primary school or high school, I'm faster than everybody? How was it? Was it always a journey of you knowing this is something you wanted to do, or is it something that just all of a sudden happened, and before you knew it, you were taking on the world?
Now, let me share this story. 1994, in Mamelodi, there was this inter-schools championships at HMBJ Stadium.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
the stadium was full, and I was there with my brother when I was still studying there. And there was these two guys running 400. One, it was called Michael Dipem, and the other one was Terence. You know, these people will tolerize athletes in 400 meters. And my brother just arrived at the stadium, and he starts saying, no, these guys, they cannot beat my boy. And I was saying, how do you know that they cannot beat me and I have never run? He said, no, today is the time. And people were saying, who's this? And my brother said, no, let me go and ask that he be given a chance to run. You know, they put me in the race. You know, being a novice, you know, you don't feel pain. You know, when the gunshot went, I just from start to finish. And I won that race. I went flat out. I won that race. And those two guys were you know, they were famous in Mamelodi in terms of 400. So from that, I said, why can't I invest my time in this sport? Because I've beat the two guys that are respected by the community in Mamelodi. So maybe if I can invest my time and train, I can be somewhere. No, I suddenly joined a team called Mamelodi Athletic Club. And I was jogging on Monday, and I saw people training at the stadium. And I just said, what are you training for? They said, athletics. I said, oh, athletics, do we train to run? And they said, yes. There was a coach by the name of Pinoni Malaka, may his soul rest in peace. He said, no, come and join us. And I joined them. You know, training, it was tough. And I thought we just run. But I focused, train with them. And then in one meeting, he said, I want to see one of the athletes in my team representing the country. And I raised my hand. I said, it will be me. He said, you started athletics yesterday, so now you're telling us you'll represent this country. And things unfolded from there.
Yeah, that's the story that, you know, when you tell these stories, it's a story we can make a movie or write a book out of, and people won't believe, you know, because, you know, what I've realized with most chess we have, I think 90% of the athletes, they didn't believe they would be athletes, you know, they wanted to play soccer. Yes. Wanted to play soccer. Everybody else played a different sport because, you know, like your community and where you come from plays such a big role in your mental, you know, just your mental awareness and just of opportunities. You know, just coming from a football community, you think if you're not a footballer, then there's nothing else. But exactly. I'm glad your brother believed in you. You know, that's where it all began.
Yes,
and before you knew it, the journey had begun.
Yes, in 1995, I won a race at when they opened a Joburg Stadium. I won a race, and then things were starting to come. And then I was invited in a place called Finland. That's the first country that I visited in 1995. You know, a boy from the dusty streets who knows nothing about being in a flight, going overseas alone. And, you know, my family accompanied me to the airport. You know, and when I checked in there, my mother was crying, oh, will you come back? Where are you going? You know, it was like a movie. I arrive in Finland. I know nobody in that world, and somebody's there with my name. And then I was like, how does this person know my name? Yes. And I was afraid to approach him, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, how did he know that Mokganyetsi is coming? And suddenly I went, I said, Chief, how do you know that I'm Mokganyetsi? He said, hey, things have been arranged. I must collect you. I must take you to the hotel. Welcome to Finland. That's my first country to visit. And then I ran a good race in Finland. I ran a 600, come back home. And then now it was time called what we call the Olympics.
You went to Finland. Finland, obviously, you run the 600. Things are good. You come back home. Your parents, your family is happy. Our child came back. The aeroplane didn't swallow him. And then Olympics. We're at the Olympics, 1996. Let's go. How does preparations go? How does planning go? How does this dream even come to your mind?
You know, I've been running 400s, and the only thing that was left on my side was to win the essays.
Yeah.
Malherbe, Buota, Wote van Rooyen, Arias, this guy were giving me a headache, you know. It was tough for me to win the essays, so they will keep on winning the essays. So me and my coach, we said, now is the time that we must also explore our talent. So we must train double that we have been training. Okay. I ran a 400 final in Durban. I was in lane 1, you know. Lane 1, tall, and like I've never won the essays, you know, but I've been performing good. I said, this is our year, coach. We must do it. You know, gunshot from start to finish. You know, I showed them flames on that day. They couldn't believe. I showed them flames crossing the finishing line. Hey, you know, celebrating. And then I went for a jog just to cool down. I collapsed at the cool down. I collapsed. I collapsed. And then flat out, I collapsed. They took me to the hospital, you know. The one newspaper, the Africans newspaper, they wrote that Mokganyetsi died for 20 minutes. You know, I wake up in ICU, you know, all these things. The first thing that I have asked, I said, where's my gold medal?
Yeah, where's my medal?
Where's my gold medal? And they gave me my medal, you know, and then I qualified for the Olympics 1996. You know, I went home, I told them that I qualified for the Olympics. You know, from the rural areas, dusty streets, the community didn't know what is the Olympics.
What is
so I had to bring people to come and explain. You know, they did these videos. Remember when we grow from the townships, the movies, they will take a white there and so they were playing my races there. People will come in numbers, and they will bring the Olympics cyclists. They put them there. Mokganyetsi is gonna go there, and then you know, the day I went, we departed to the Olympics, 1996. You know, things happened. Remember 1996 team, it was the first South African team to be recognized at the Olympics. 1992, that team was not recognized because they were not using the South African flag. They were using the IOC flag. So 1996, that was the team that used the flag.
Wow.
A special plane was made for that team. It was called Ndizani, with colors. Ndizani. We met the former president. May his soul rest in peace. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. I had the opportunity to sit with him on the table. We had supper with him. You know, he said to us, I'm sending you to America to be the ambassadors of this country. Go and show the world that South Africa also has talent. Special made playing. You know, when we were departing on that day to America, we did not use the same checking that we do when you go to special made down there. They will call you a profile and you know, 1996, I will never forget the 1996 Olympics. We arrived in America, we were singing. You know, Mandela was there in front. He was there. Ramsey, the group, the boxers, Mohawk Makepu, Labo Philip Ndo, you know, these people who were singing Shosholoza at Atlanta Airport. The airport stands still, you know. This was South Africa. We were singing. The tall man was in front. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. That's 1996.
This is, this story, you're giving me goosebumps. This is powerful stuff. These are stuff that, it's once in a lifetime opportunity. And, when it comes to South Africa representing the country and, just being ambassador of the country, it's something that for me, I believe it's so important. It's so important that we must never just think you're South African. It must be something that you wear with pride. We represent not only South Africa, the country, but we represent the whole continent. And I think, the way you guys took it, that's how the athletes must be, that type of passion where if they were to call you Hendrick, we need somebody in the 4x1. You mustn't say, I'm not you must say, okay, if they call me, I go. This is national duty. It's a big role to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we paved a way for many athletes who are achieving now. We stayed in America. Our training camp was in a university called LaGrange, downtown in Atlanta. We will go from that village. We go for competitions, North Carolina. You travel America just to acclimatize yourself to the condition that you are going to face when the Olympics arrive. They took care of us. Arriving in America, you have been seeing this world on movies or on TV. So now you are live there, Chief. You are live. The New York City Square, the San Francisco, you name them. And you were there with one mission to represent your country, to show the world that South Africa is part of the world in terms of sports, and we did that. The Olympics started, we were novice, but we performed to our level. And the closing ceremony, when Josiah Tungwane came and in marathon and win that gold, that crop, that bunch of athletes of 1996, the swimmers, Penny Haynes, was Ezekiel Sipe, that team, we paved a way for athletes that are reaping the fruits now.
I like that, and it's so important, because, this thing it's a chain. Think about it like this, Here you are, before you started, you were this young kid, your brother saw your talent. The people that the community looked up to at that time are people that many South Africans will never know about them. But these are the guys that, for you to psychologically beat them, meant that you were ready for the next level. You get what I'm saying? Now, you guys go to the Olympic Games and somebody wins silver and there's gold and this. This paves the way for the next generation of athletes to say, you know what, we can go there and we can go break world records and we can be in finals and we can, so I find the whole process and everybody in the process is important. From your AGN or your Free State or wherever you are running, just to make a provincial team all the way up to you being in your national colors, Olympics, whatever. Each and every single person you run against, it matters. You said it. For you to win a national title, even though you're running fast times, was difficult. You had to beat the best guys in South Africa before you could even have a chance to take on the best in the world. And that's what we need end of the day,
Exactly. People will create opportunities for you, but you must make use of that opportunity. You must work hard. Don't disappoint people that are creating opportunities for you. So 1996, Noxa, Athletics South Africa, everybody played a role. That today I'm sitting here as Hendrick Mokganyetsi, who has represented this country for the past 14 years, non-stop. I've been representing this country. All these major competitions that I went through. And you line up there and they will tell you that, remember, you are not representing yourself. You are carrying on your shoulders 46 or 50 million South Africans. When you line up there within the country colors, it's not all about you. It's about the country. Where do you want to see your country ranked in terms of athletics medal of performance? So that's what that's what athletes must know, that when they line up there, when they line up, it's not all about them. It's about the country first, patriotism. And people that are responsible to create opportunities for you, they will keep on doing that, because when you line up, you put your country first and you next. So the 1996 opened a lot of opportunities for us. Invited for the Golden Leagues. They used to be called the Golden Leagues. Now it's Diamond Leagues. And I went to Zurich. You know, I went to Zurich. Zurich is the best Golden League ever.
Yeah.
And I arrived there. I ran the fastest time, and I won the Golden League. And they were saying the Golden League, Zurich was like a major world champs. I won that because I was focused and I was determined. People were behind me, supporting me. And it moved from 1996 Olympics, and then with the experience of the first Olympics. And I was saying the next Olympics, the 2000, I must perform to my best. And I went to Sydney. I was the only South African, the only African in that final. In my life, I ran more than 8 years with Michael Johnson, always lining up with him. The fastest man in the world. I line up with Michael Johnson. You know, I was so motivated that I'm lining up with this guy all the time, and he's always running good times. So it means I must follow him. When we were going for the Olympics in Sydney, 3 weeks before the Olympics, I ran the SA record in Yokohama. Going to Sydney, I was ranked number 8 in the world. I have that certificate in my house, the gold certificate.
Yeah.
King number 8 in the world in 400. Going to Sydney, the mandate, the plan that we had, me and my coach, was to see ourselves in the finals. And we went through the elimination rounds, went through, and we made it. My name was on the final list, 400 Sydney Olympics.
And just explain, back then, you guys ran now it's heat semi-final. Hey, then there was even there was an extra race. There was an extra race you had to run through as well. So
in our time, you have to run every day to make the finals. You must run 5 races to be in the finals. So you must be ready. Your tank must be full of endurance, full of speed, and then mentally focused that I want to see myself in that final. So you went through all those eliminations. Nowadays, they will say the first 2 in the semi-finals, you go there. Ours, you must work.
You must work.
So, and we made it. So being in the final of the 400 meters, it was an achievement for me and my coach and my family and the crew that were there. That I've worked hard to be in that. The only South African and African in the final.
Come on.
And I said my time, and I made it. Yes.
No, I think it's that one is it's probably, sometimes we are very hard on athletes. I know South Africans love to win, Hendrick. We love to win.
Yes.
And for us, winning is the only thing sometimes that matters. But sometimes we don't understand that to be in a final, to finish and to be finished in 6th place in that final, it's a big achievement. Against the best in the world, it's an achievement. You can speak to them. No worries.
No, it's fine. We can talk with that. Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap it up soon. 5 minutes.
No,
5 minutes.
You're welcome, Chief.
All right.
It's your hour. You said you want an hour. I'm giving you that hour. You can go extra mile. Yes, so I want to share. I want to share my life or my experience of athletics with people. I might not get this opportunity anymore. That I speak to the world about my achievement, and I hope that my achievement will make an impact to somebody somewhere who is listening or who is watching. That it's not easy, but you must work through. Somebody used to tell me about the 3 Ds. But no matter how talented you are, if you are not disciplined, determined, and dedicated, you won't make it. So that's how we went through. So being at the Olympics, it was not easy.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I 100%. That's why for me, like speaking to the legends is always so motivating because being in this era now, you don't always, it's a different time, Hendrick. There's social media, there's putting on different image for the media to see and so on and so on. Back then it was old school. You train as everything is done in private almost. You work hard, you give your all, and then you make sure that when it's time to perform, you perform. I'm gonna do a few more welcomes, and then I'm gonna ask more questions and then we'll take it from there. Is that fine? I see Tepo Tite is in the building. Welcome to you, Ellison Malindi. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Who else do we have here? We've got Verna, we've got Zander. Welcome, guys. Good to have you here. Michael Skuman, or Michelle Skuman. We've got you in Tokza. Welcome. Good to have you guys here. Hey, we've got a lot of Roger Cedres. Yo, how can I forget Sir Roger Cedres the Great? He's also in here, one of the best photographers in the country. We've got Janet Vates is in here. What is it? Unkabetse Nkobolo from Botswana is in here. So yeah, it's good. Okay, so next question. I won't keep you too long, but some of these questions I have to get through. So for those of the people who don't know, just your personal best, in the 400 meter.
44.59. 44.59. That was the SA record. That was the SA record before Wade broke it. And when Wade was in preparation for that world record, I said to Wade, when he ran 44 something at Tax, I said, Wade, it is your time. Yeah. If you don't make it now, it will be difficult for you to make it next time. And he went out and break the SA record and the world record. And when he came home, I gave him a certificate official. I said, this record doesn't belong to me anymore. It's your record.
Absolutely. I mean, it just goes to show, the amount of respect and, I think the 400 meter community is a different community because it's such a hard, when you've got lactic in your legs Monday to Sunday, it's very hard to have an arrogant personality, because you understand that the amount of work that needs to go in for the event, it's tough. It's very tough. Okay, but let's move on to more records, to more PBs there. You're in the 600 meters, you got a 115.5, 57. That's what I saw.
Yes, I won the 600. It was a McDonald's Games in England. I was running against one of the top and the big guy, Johnny Gray, in 800 meters from America. He used to be the world record holder in 800. So I ran against Johnny Gray when I ran that 115 in McDonald's Games in England.
For 800 meter, 144.62. Oh, I know your balance.
I ran that time. It was in Moscow, in Russia. Yeah. I had to move from start to finish, and my coach told me that if you can pass the first 400 with 52 or 51 high, you can use the whole speed for the 400. So we ran 144. So my coach played a big role in my life to be where I am. Nico van Heerden. Nico van Heerden played a big role. Yes, your coach. He took me from nowhere, and I am Mokganyetsi today because of Nico. He invested in my performance. He invested in my talent and his family. I used to stay in his house for us to make sure that we deliver the talent to the world.
You know, I always call him my coach. He didn't coach me, but when we meet on the track, you know, he's exactly that. You know, he opens up easily for many athletes. You know, he's willing to open up his house. He opens up, you know, his heart. He's somebody who you can see. He takes the athlete and he makes it a full job, and he makes it a parental job, and he does everything to make sure that you perform. So shout out to you, Coach Nico van Heerden, aka Coachy. You know, he's done so much work, and he's continuing, you know, with the athletes that he has now. I mean, he had 2 athletes go to Olympics this year. So his work is continuing. After all these years, can you believe it? Oh, he's here. Oh, Mr. Van Heerden.
He's working so hard. You know, he's working so hard. You remember in our time, athletes will come from different countries. They want to come and train with us. They want to know what is he using, or what the program that puts Mokganyetsi there. So they wanted to be part of us, and they came all the way, Kenya, Qatar, England, Poland. They came and trained with us because of what he showed to the world as a coach.
Come on, South Africa. South Africa, stand up. We've got stellar people in our country doing good stuff. And we need that energy. You know, I think the more we work together, the more we get these stories out there. You know, I think so many people play a role in these performances. You know, it's not only just the athlete going out there and shining. It's teamwork. You know, the people think athletics is an individual sport, but hey, it's a team sport. You know, there's one person who has to represent the entire team when it comes to the actual race or competition. But everything before that, before you get onto that line, is teamwork, you know?
Remember, for you to achieve, you must have a crew. And the crew must know your destination. Those who see talent in you, and those who believe in your talent that you can achieve, even if you lose races, but people who can see your talent and motivate you and tell you that athletics is not about one day. Losing is not the end of you to achieve your talent. You know, you grow within losing. You cannot. I read a book. There was a guy called Wilson Kipketer. Kipketer was from Kenya. He broke the world record in 800 in Zurich. I was in that race. So if you read his book, he was losing races in his 15 years of his preparation. He never won a race in 15 years. But in that year, he went and ran the world record. It's in Kipketer, 800 meters. So if you have a crew that you believe in and the crew that believes in your talent, you will achieve. You know, and the most important thing is to respect your opponents. You know, when I line up in 400, if you watch my videos, my tapes, my races, you will see before the announcer, I will go to all the athletes and say, good luck, guys. Even after the race, I'll say, well done, guys. Even if I lose or I win, it was not my day. But believing in myself and believing on the crew, I know that my day will come, because athletics is not about one day. For me, being one of the athletes who have been at the Olympics 3 times, winning a bronze medal at the World Champs, winning the Golden League, representing this country at major events for 14 years. It was not easy. 14 years. It was not easy. It came with commitment. So it's the message that I'm trying to send to the young ones, that don't win a race today and tell yourself that you are now the best. Don't win the ASA championship and now you tell yourself you are the best.
You've made it.
Build within that win. Another ladders and be the world champs, be the Olympian.
Absolutely. Coach Nico van Heerden is in the building. Kutlwano, I see you. Kesa Moletsane says, focus, my chairperson. I see Khaletsang Ramoro is in here as well. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Nico van Heeren says, what a privilege to work with wonderful, talented athletes. Thank you, coach. You must believe in yourself and your coach. A very important message there from Coach Nico van Heerden. Leo Alfonso saying wise words. My chair, my general, my president, I need to touch on other matters as well. So obviously,
you're welcome.
14 years, running at the top level, 3 Olympic Games, Commonwealth Games, you've broken SA records. Hey, you've literally done it all. But now the chapter's closing. You can feel, man, the walls are closing in. It's getting time now. It's almost time to transition out of the sport. At what point do you say, you know what, Hendrick Mokganyetsi, Lipina, we've done it all. It's time for us to stop, or what's the next part of the journey? When did you reach that part of your life where you decided, you know what, it's time to transition to the next level?
For me to move to another level, I was forced by injuries. I did Achilles tendon op. It was completely torn. I did an op, tried to come back, but when I do excessive training, it was always paining. Then I said, no, let me focus in another channel, but still play a role in athletics. I went for coaching in Kenya, IWF. I did the IWF level 3 coaching in Kenya. And I said, no, let me focus on administration. I was the first chairperson of Athletes Commission in South Africa. When athletics, previously IWF starting this Athletes Commission in countries. So I was a chairperson Athletes Commission and ASA, the previous ASA. And then I said, no, let me focus my things now in administration. As you know now, currently I'm the president of Athletics Gauteng North. I'm a chairperson of Athletes Commission on ASA level. I'm still a coach. I'm still a coach at TUT. I assist a lot in USA. I've been traveling a lot with universities. I went with them with the world students in Taiwan, in Taipei. I was a team coach. I'm still assisting in athletics because athletics is part of my life. And for me is to make impact to the loving people of athletics. Where I can assist, I assist. But where I can't, people will have to understand that. But my intention is to change AGN. I think we have seen since I came in as a president. Absolutely. We have changed a lot of things, and we are still going to change. We want to prioritize athletes. My administration, we want to prioritize athletes, but we also say athletes must work with us. They must understand the process and they support our activities, and also working with coaches. We cannot shy away because they bring athletes on always. Not forgetting parents also, because they play a big role also. They become assistant coaches as parents at home. So that crew, we want to work with them as Athletics Gauteng North under my administration. We can't do everything, but where we can, we will assist everybody to make sure that they explore their talent. They get opportunity to explore. Even at ASA level on Athletes Commission, we'll make sure that athletes are being taken care of, athletes are being respected, and athletes also respect the federation and respect the administrators. So we can make sure that we give them opportunities. We create opportunities. We explore them, that they achieve their talent. So basically, that's my focus as an administrator now.
No, and as my president at AGN, you know, we say you keep on with the work. For the Athletes Commission at ASA as well, you know, and you've said it many times, and I really respected you because you said you keep saying your focus is on the athletes, and that's end of the day. I think that's the most important thing. I mean, also us at the Backtrack Sports, you know, our motto is by athletes for athletes. You know, everything we create, all our content, our focus, it's for the athletes because yeah, once you focus on the athletes, everything will revolve and it will always come back to the most important and the priority of running end of the day, you know. So yeah, big ups to you for that. Thanks for staying in the sport. You know, most athletes when they're done running, as fast as they were on the track, they run as fast away from it, and before you know it, they're in the office somewhere and they never coach, they never talk to athletes. You know, it's a chapter that they forget in their life. But I mean, from what I've seen in your life, you've always given back. You work with young athletes, you're coaching, administrating. You know, it's really appreciated, and keep up the good work.
You can ask the athletes that went to the Olympics that we gave them a stipend. You know, they were in Tokyo there. And I instructed the office that get the contacts of all the athletes and their bank accounts. We transfer them a stipend while they were in Tokyo. The athletes that went to the World Juniors in Nairobi, they will tell you we had a function for them. I rewarded them. The boys who ran the world record in 4x1, just ask them, rewarded them. And we said, even the coaches that went to the Olympics and the World Juniors, we rewarded them. We said, athletics is about athletes and coaches and assistant coaches. For administration, is just to guide the processes and make sure that we deliver that. As I said, we must work as a team. As AGN, we will achieve what we want as AGN, and our athletes will achieve.
Absolutely. All right, my president, my legend, Mr. Mokganyetsi. I think what we're gonna do is just leave us with a word of motivation for these young athletes, South African athletes. That you know, sometimes everybody wants to start. They want a perfect start, and it's not always a perfect start. You know, but they've got this talent and they want to run. What message do you have for them in closing, just to motivate them to keep running, and what channel should they use in order to try get to the levels you've reached?
The message that I can share with your followers and the athletes is a house was not built in one day. Take time, build a strong foundation before you can go to the walls and the windows. When you put in the windows, you must be able to see outside. You know, outside is a crew, as I spoke about it.
Yes.
The crew that will be there 24 hours for you. You know, discipline, focus. You know, sometimes you find athletes are at the warm-up area, but they're still busy chatting on the phone. It distracts you. It distracts. You know, if you invest your time in focus, discipline, determination, you know, things will unfold and people will respect you. When people want to talk to you after the race, we are very aware that you are tired, but allocate them that short time. Just greet them. How are you? Good. How was the race? People, they just want to say congratulations. Just to touch you, congratulations. Accept that. Give people that opportunity. You know, in our time, we used to sign the photos.
Yeah.
My coach will, the sponsors will make you pictures, you sign them. You give to the athletes. So when they are at home, they can rerun that race looking at that picture. And the respect that you gave them, because spectators pay money to come and watch you. At the end of the day, after winning the race, you want to take your bag, you want to run to your car, you want to go home. Remember, when you line up there, you are a business, you are a company. Everybody, people want to associate themselves with that business, but you pushing them out and you expect them to invest in athletics for you to benefit. So that's the message that I'm trying to send to the athletes. Respect the spectator, respect the administrator, respect the coaches, respect people who support you 24 hours so you can explore. Engage with people, you know, engage. If somebody, respect your opponents. If somebody is faster than you, you must respect that person. That go back, do history, look around, and prepare yourself much better. I always tell, you know, before the Olympics, I told Padu, I said, Padu, now the focus is on you. You are coming, you are young, né? But respect your opponents. Respect people who have been. You must respect Akane. You must respect Gift. You must respect everybody. Those who are running the same event as you. I'm telling you, they will respect you. They won't treat you as a young boy. They will treat you as an opponent, as a South African, one of us. And I'm telling you, go through their footprint, you will achieve. And they will respect you tomorrow and say, no, that boy was respecting us. So that's why he's above us now. Respect will take you everywhere. So that's the message that I'm sharing. And I'm saying to all the athletes and the administrators and the coaches, please support our athletes where you can. Advise them. I know kids nowadays, athletes, they just want to have smartphones and what. Investment is important. You know, you get these athletes after quitting, they've got nothing to show that they were doing athletics. They've got nothing to show. But let's add coaches and administrators who can assist. They must invest on their achievements. The money that they get, the little that they get in athletics, invest so that tomorrow, when there is no athletics anymore, you can still survive. You know, plow back in athletics, so people still recognize and connect with you and be happy.
No, my president of AGN, the athletes commissioner, legend. Thank you so much for your time. I think it was a really good chat. Those who watched, guys, I hope you really enjoyed and you learned something from this one. I learned a lot. And yeah, all the best. You know, continue to do the good work you're doing for the sport. We'll be watching and we'll always be supporting. And we'll talk, you know. You and I will always engage and talk, and we'll keep making things happen.
You're welcome, Mashif. You're welcome. AGN door is open. We use the open door policy. The office, my numbers, people who need clarity in terms of AGN administration, assistant to the athletes. Athletes are welcome to call. We've got Athletes Commission in AGN. They must call Athletes Commission and say, what are you doing for us? The president said there's programs for athletes and you're not coming, you know, because there's commissions that deal with that. But above, what I'm promising is teamwork, AGN, and we will be there. Thank you for the opportunity, Temba, your crew at Backtrack, and everybody who tuned in today to listen to my short story. I wanted 4 hours to tell you everything. But the short story, I think it will make an impact to the others. Good luck and keep it up, Temba and your crew.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it straight from the legend, as I said, Hendrick Mokganyetsi. Thanks so much for joining. For those who watched, we appreciate it. We're back. We came back with a bang, bring back a legend to start off with, and we're going to have these conversations going. This is episode number 132. There's so many athletes. I don't know how we're going to finish them, but there's so many amazing stories, you know, and thank you, Hendrick. Have a good evening. Apologies for keeping you until almost 9 o'clock in the evening. You may go rest. The people who are watching, you guys may rest, and see you again soon.
Thank you.
Sharp, sharp.
Yeah.